Welcome to Total Eclipse of the Art, an evening of student-written plays inspired by the solar eclipse. This exciting collaboration between physics and drama will showcase 7 10-minute plays. Our event runs 90 minutes, and there is no intermission. Queen's University is situated on the territory of the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabe. We are grateful to live, learn, and play on these lands. Thank you so much for coming, and of course, don't forget to check out the Total Solar Eclipse on April 8th, 2024. Enjoy the show.
The Call from the Sun by Tara Martin. April 8th, 2024. The stage is cut in half by a wall. Stage left is an empty room with a door, and stage right has Craig sitting at a desk in a cubicle. He's responding to emails while eating some French fries. Kyle, Craig's coworker, enters stage right in his rolling chair with a stack of paperwork.
Hey, Craig. Hey, Kyle.
Getting up and snagging a French fry.
My man, I was hoping I would run into you here. At my desk? Yeah, cool, eh? What are you up to?
Just a lot of emails.
Dropping the stack of paperwork on his desk.
Perfect.
Well,
Craig, I gotta get going, but I knew you were the man for the job. Thanks for the fries. Stay cool.
Kyle falls down into his chair and rolls backwards off stage.
I actually don't
The paperwork needs to be done by 2. Don't forget about it.
have time for it.
Craig sighs and opens the first booklet. A group of people, covered in soot, tired yet excited, file through the door onto stage left, closing the door behind them. One of the members in the middle, named 1004, holds an iPhone for the whole group to see. He presses a button, and the rest of the group unanimously sucks in the breath. One of them giggles, and the rest of the group turns and shushes them. Craig's desk phone rings.
Hello, Canadian Labour Congress. This is Craig speaking.
Hello, Craig. We are the Sun people. This is worker number 104 speaking.
He looks at his friends for validation, and they nod and give him a thumbs up.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
We are the people from the Sun, and I'm the 104th worker.
What? I think you have the wrong number.
We don't have time for this. Hi, Craig. I'm worker number 3271, and we are the people from the Sun, as in, we operate the Sun. So any lie you believed about being told that the Sun is a big ball of plasma heating itself by nuclear fusion is a lie. Are you aware there's a total solar eclipse right now?
Yeah, I saw it on the news, but what do you mean there's no nuclear
No, that's unimportant. There's a total solar eclipse right now, and that's why we can talk to you. Solar eclipses are when we get our break. Our vacation time is every 18 months, depending on how long the moon covers us from the Earth.
Yeah, I remember in '68 when we only got 40 seconds. By the time I microwaved my slice of pizza, it was time to go back to work.
But we've decided to make contact, and you're probably wondering why we call you. You, Craig, work for the Canadian Labour Congress, and we've heard about your earth and labor laws, about unions, and we want to strike.
Yeah.
Well, here at CLC, we believe everyone has the right to strike, the right to a union, but...
We've got a union.
What? What do you even think a union is?
When you hate your job, all you join is unity and stop working.
That's a strike. A union voices your interest to your management. However,
We want some money!
fair wages are a basic human right, but...
Yeah, that's stupid. Where would we spend our money? And when? Every 18 months? For 2 minutes?
We want a dental plan.
We have no dentists.
I want a pension.
I want Mario Kart in the break room.
None of this makes any sense unless we get longer breaks. That's what we want. Better working hours.
Craig gets up from his desk to pace around.
I understand, and your complaints should be negotiated with an employer. But before taking further action,
Our employer?
who's your employer?
Our employer is, well, he's just.
There are heavy footsteps from off stage.
This is coming.
If he is violating standard workplace regulations, there must be a thorough investigation. However,
He's.
The doorknob turns and the sun people shrink into a corner. Julian, a man with big sunglasses, a Hawaiian shirt, and Bermuda shorts, swaggers onto the stage.
Extremely incompetent.
Hey, little sun dudes. Just know that we're back to work in too many toes.
He does a spin and then sees the phone.
Who are you dudes talking to?
One sun person squeaks. A couple of them involuntarily step between the phone and Julian.
We were just.
hello, is this the Chief Executive Officer of the Sun? This is Craig from CLC speaking.
Hi, Craig.
Hi. What's your name?
Julian.
Hi, Mr. Julian.
Craig stops pacing and sits down.
Your employees have brought their complaints to my attention, and I was wondering if you could assure them that...
Julian, why do we have to work all day, every day, for 18 months straight?
Solar eclipses.
What? How does it have to do with anything?
It's convenient for scheduling purposes. Oh, we also didn't want the Earth to know about us.
Well, I'm afraid it's too late for you now.
Why?
Because I'm from Earth.
What? Well, there goes all our hard work. Guys, why didn't you tell me you were calling a little earthen dude?
All the sun people are silent and not making eye contact.
They want to strike.
What? Oh, can't believe you would do this. Without me?
You mean you're not mad at us?
Oh, you think I want to work? Jeez, if it was up to me, we'd be chilling our shades all day. But we didn't want the Earth to know we were here, so we kept the sun running forever. Now that's changed. Let's strike!
I understand
Right.
your dissatisfaction, but I would beg you to
Strike!
reconsider because...
Strike!
Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike!
You can't strike. You can't. I'm sorry you're all working so hard, working too much, but you have to keep going. If you don't, all of Earth will die. Did you know that? Earth. All 8 billion of us will freeze into human ice cubes if you stop the sun.
Pausing, picking up a photo from his desk.
I have a wife and kids. Not to mention, there's the whole planet. Trees, flowers, puppies, French fries. Sorry, I can't expect you to understand this. But Earth is beautiful even when it's not. For the sake of all of Earth, please don't strike.
Craig sits back down in his chair.
Do you really mean if we stop, the Earth will die?
Yes, 100% yes.
We do understand, Craig. Now we do. Also, we've watched David Attenborough.
What? How the...
You're right. Earth is beautiful.
Puppies are the best.
Yeah, fries.
And we like you, Craig. You're a pretty cool dude, and you're from Earth.
I sure am.
So, I guess that means no strike.
No strike.
For Craig. And for French fries.
For
For
Craig.
Craig and for French fries.
Someone puts their fist up half-heartedly. The timer on Julian's watch goes off.
Well, that's time. 10 seconds till we're back on the floor.
Well, bye, Craig.
Bye, Craig.
Bye, Craig. Adios.
Hi, Craig.
Bye.
3721 hangs up the phone and there is a long beep. Lights out on stage left, so only Craig's half is lit.
That was the weirdest thing that has ever happened to me.
He eats his french fries one at a time, thoughtfully. Kyle walks in wearing Eclipse sunglasses.
Craig, you just missed it. There was a solar eclipse just now. One in a lifetime opportunity.
Oh, yeah, too bad.
Kyle notices the unhung up phone on Craig's desk.
Who are you talking to just now?
Kyle grabs the phone and listens.
Oh, the sun people.
Kyle puts the phone back on the receiver.
What? You're a weird guy, Craig.
The phone rings.
You better answer that. I bet it's your moon people.
Craig answers.
Hello?
Lights up on stage left reveal a group of people spread out. There is a sign that says the moon. All the people have mirrors strapped to their heads like headlamps. A small group is in a corner surrounding a PS5 playing Mario Kart and eating Doritos. One is in the middle taking a nap. A couple are braiding each other's hair and chatting, while another couple are hanging off a couch and scrolling on their phones. Two are in the very background, bouncing and floating around in less gravity. One moon woman, Mary, stands at the front of the stage on the phone.
Hello? Canadian Labour Congress? I'm Mary, one of the many workers from the moon.
You're kidding.
No, not at all. I'm calling because we have nothing to do. We just reflect the sun's light to the earth every day, and once we strapped our mirrors to our heads, it was a piece of cake. We've also eaten too many pieces of cake.
The moon person napping lets out a loud groan.
It's getting really bad. Can you help us?
Mary, do the moon people have any interest in commuting to work somewhere else?
Anything, but stay here.
And I think I may know a place that could really use you.
Lights fade, pause, and then come back up on Craig. Craig hangs up the phone. He looks at the pile of paperwork on his desk. He sighs and absently flips through the pages. Then he looks forward and, making a decision, presses up from his desk.
Hey, Kyle, about this paperwork.
The end.
The Box by Mcdonald. Sandra and Liz are lying on the floor and wake up in an enclosed room that has no doors. The ceiling is glass, and the sun shines through the glass. There is a large wooden box in the middle of the stage, with a lock on the clasp that holds the box shut. Sandra gets up first.
Why am I...
Sandra looks around.
What the...
Sandra sees Liz on the other side of the room.
Hello?
Sandra slowly approaches Liz. She taps her on the shoulder, and Liz jumps, suddenly backing away, scaring both herself and Sandra.
Who are you? What did you do to me? Where am I?
What? I don't know where we are. I didn't do whatever this is.
Liz looks around the room and starts yelling.
Help! Help! Can somebody help me? Hello?
Sandra looks around the room.
Where's the doors?
What?
Look around. Where's the doors? How did we get in here?
Liz looks around.
How? What?
Sandra walks around the room and examines the walls.
This makes no sense. Maybe there's an exit between the panes of glass on the ceiling?
Liz looks up to the ceiling. Sandra looks at the box in the middle of the stage. She walks up to it and examines it. She then heaves herself up onto the box. She attempts to reach the glass.
I can't reach. It's too far.
How are we gonna get out of here?
Sandra gets down from the box.
I don't know.
What's in the box?
I don't know.
What's your name?
Sandra. And you?
It's Liz.
The room begins to grow dark. Liz looks up to see that a solar eclipse is beginning to happen.
Do you hear that?
There's a solar eclipse.
The box is buzzing.
What the hell was that?
Or who the hell was that?
You don't think there's something in that thing, do you?
There could be.
Liz and Sandra slowly approach the box.
Hello? Oh, what's in there? I don't like this.
Hello? Is someone in there? Is that a yes? Okay.
Is the box responding?
I think it just did.
Sandra slowly puts her hand on the box.
Ow!
What happened?
The box, it burned my hand.
God, oh my, holy shit, is someone in there?
The box shakes and then slowly stops.
What the heck was that?
I want out of here. Who's doing this to us? Hello? Hello? Please, somebody help us.
Is there someone in there? Who are you?
Stay away from the freaking box.
If there's someone in there, we need to try and help them.
Who's gonna help us?
I don't know, but I don't know what else to do.
Do you smell that? It smells like smoke.
It does. Where is that coming from? It's the box. The smell is coming from the box. Wait, let me get this straight. It's hot to the touch, it rattles and responds, and you can smell smoke coming from it? What is going on here?
Sandy?
Sandra immediately jumps back. She looks like she's seen a ghost.
Oh my god, someone's in there. Hello? Who are you? How did he get in there? What's wrong? Do you know whose voice that was?
Liz grabs Sandra's arm, shakes her a little, and looks at her.
Hello? Who was that? Who said your name?
Sandra goes to speak, but can't get the words out.
Sandra.
That was my dad.
It was? Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, okay then. If it's your dad, shouldn't we be trying to get him out or something?
Sandra goes back to staring at the box.
Okay, what's going on here? Sandra.
It can't be possible.
Why not?
He's dead. He's been dead for 5 years.
Then it wasn't him. You must have misheard.
Oh, he said Sandy. That's what my dad used to call me. Nobody ever calls me that except for him. I heard his voice. It sounded like him.
If he's dead, then he couldn't have heard his voice. Could you?
Sandra begins to cry.
Help me, Sandy! Help me!
That's his voice, but it can't be. It just can't be. He's dead. He burned to death.
What?
He died. He burned to death in our apartment building. I watched him go into that building and never come out. He's dead. How?
Liz looks as though she recognizes what Sandra is talking about.
Help! Sandy! Please! It burns! I'm burning!
What fire? When was the fire?
Sandra is silent.
When was the fire?
5 years ago. Why?
Liz is now silent. She backs up from Sandra. The box goes silent.
What is it?
Nothing.
You recognized the fire I was talking about.
You're killing me!
Stand the fire. It wasn't my fault.
You did this!
Liz starts to cry.
Monster! Monster!
I didn't do anything.
Get her! Get her! Murderer! Murderer!
Oh god, I'm sorry. It was an accident, I swear.
The box suddenly stops.
I'm
What?
sorry. I didn't mean for it to happen.
What? What happened?
The fire. I didn't mean for it to happen, I swear.
You're the one who started the fire that killed my father?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I swear to God it was an accident.
How did it happen?
What? You don't know?
I know how it happened. I want to hear the words from your mouth. Tell me, how did the fire start?
Well, okay. Well, my friends and I were drinking and were invited to this party in your building. We were drunk. We couldn't even figure out what floor we were on or even where we were supposed to ever be going. I was craving a cigarette, and so, well, this guy gave me one. I smoked it and then put it off. Only it was on the floor inside. My friends and I left. That was it.
You know, the cameras never even worked in that building. They could never figure out who put that cigarette out in the hallway.
That was the worst mistake I've ever made. I don't drink anymore. I don't smoke anymore. I won't, not after that. Your dad was Peter McKay, right?
Yeah. How did you know?
I remember the two people who died in that fire. I can't forget. Your dad tried to save this old lady, Mrs. Brownings. I never even thought about if he had any family. I'm sorry.
I know.
Sandra gets up and looks at the box.
This stupid fucking box. I don't think it was supposed to be opened. It never was. The solar eclipse. It's ending. I forgive you.
What?
I forgive you.
You don't need to do that. I don't deserve that. I took away your father.
Yeah, well, I do. I forgive you. He would have wanted that. That voice from the box, that anger, it's not him. So, I forgive you.
Liz starts to tear up. Suddenly, the lock on the box unlocks, and a door opens up in the wall behind them that was not previously there.
It's an exit. Thank God. We can get out of here. Come on, let's go. You want to know what's in the box, don't you?
Liz walks up to the lock of the box and grabs it.
It's unlocked.
Sandra joins her. She pauses for a moment and grabs the lock from Liz's hand. She locks the box back. Sandra and Liz make eye contact.
I think it's time we move on and get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Sandra and Liz exit through the door. Blackout. The end. A Chance Encounter of Lovers' Chariots by Heidi Nephin. Helios, the sun god, enters in all of his golden glory and slowly walks across the stage as he speaks.
My dearest Celine, as I ride my chariot across the heavens, sun trailing behind me in a golden glow, I can think of nothing but you. While I am proud of my dominion over the sun, if I were to decide our fates, I would choose to spend eternity by your side. For you are the moon, reflecting all my best qualities and improving upon them, unveiling the beauty of the dark. You are a beacon of light, the great shepherd in the stars in the night. You are allowed and expected to change your face, beautiful no matter the phase. I understand you cannot hear my ode from where you are, but my heart cannot help but burst into praise. Alas, my love, we are destined to be apart, duty bound to pull the heavenly orbs across the sky. A cruel existence for star-crossed lovers bound to their cherished domain. A moment of respite shall soon come, my dear Celine, for the paths of our chariots are rarely allowed to cross. After enough turns of the earth, your chariot is permitted to journey alongside my own, allowing our celestial bodies to embrace for but a few minutes. That moment will come once again soon, and I will be able to look upon you for a brief time. While the minutes we have together are short, I value and treasure each and every fleeting moment. Do not worry, Celine. Our eclipse is upon us soon.
Helios's gaze is drawn towards a soft pink light that emanates from stage right. Aphrodite stands seductively and struts across the stage, the light following her as she moves. As Aphrodite passes Helios, she caresses his neck and gives him a small kiss on the cheek. The two lock eyes as she beckons for him to come to her.
But what is this? The goddess Aphrodite has entered into my domain. What could she be looking for? Another face in this otherwise barren sky is a welcome sight in this troubling time. Perhaps I may confide her in my woes and give myself a brief interlude to be alongside her. O goddess of beauty and love, can you cure what ails me?
Aphrodite and Helios exit together as the moon rises. Celine appears with the moon and walks across the stage, with the chorus of stars trailing behind her.
Oh, my stars, can it be? Can it be that I shall soon see the face of my love once again? While I take the moon along its voyage through the sea of black space, I cannot help but reminisce. We have been running this race since the earth began to spin, and despite the time that has passed, every time I see Helios's face, it feels like the first time. For he is the sun, lighting up any room he enters with his golden glow. His warmth brings triumph splendor to all who gaze upon it. a luminary who brings about the life of the planet below, allowing people to grow and flourish under the heated vehemence of his embrace. I only shine so brightly due to the light that he shines upon me. How my heart aches for our obligations. Locked in a constant chase around the globe, I am destined to always fall just far enough behind that we may rarely meet face to face, an eternity apart. There are days where I grow weary that I am not enough, that he has grown tired of me during our time apart, wishing to shine his light upon someone else's face, someone who could be there for him. Venus, the goddess Aphrodite, has been caught spending her time stalking the border of dawn and twilight. She has always had the privilege to be far closer to the sun than I. Does he resent me? Have the years taken their toll? Our time together makes up a fraction of our existences. Who is to say that they mean nothing to him?
The stars giggle and form into lines behind Celine like a chorus.
The moon and the sun, lovers whose stars can never cross, destined to wander the heavens, wheels of celestial chariots forever turning. Take heed, goddess of the moon, your worries are unfounded. Soon the eclipse will melt away your apprehensions. Our celestial brother sighs for the moon's bright ray. He shall dote upon you, as he always has, as you always will, as will always be.
I know the value of a kindly chorus, and you do offer considerable consultation. I still have my doubts, of course, but if I can wait for my Helios, perhaps he too is willing to wait for me. I shall just have to wait a little longer. Tomorrow is the day of anticipation where our chariots will cross paths and we will be reunited once again. While I lament over the brevity of our encounters, the time apart makes each moment together all the more ethereal. Our eclipse is upon us soon.
Celine exits. The chorus of stars lingers behind. From stage right appears Aphrodite. She leans down to a star and whispers something inaudible in their ear. The stars run off to catch up to Celine, and Aphrodite follows. Helios enters stage right, the sky a mix of night and day. As he reaches the center of the stage, Celine appears. The two lovers lock eyes and begin to slowly move towards one another. The chorus of stars enters from both sides of the stage behind the two lovers. They push the sun and moon in the background back into the eclipse. Realizing that the eclipse hasn't ended, both Helios and Celine look back at the chorus in surprise.
We have come to your aid, lovers who cross the sky. In hopes to bide some extra time, your moment of brevity all the less brief.
I have watched your chase around the globe and could not bear to witness your sorrow any longer.
Let us take to the chariots that pull the luminaries, relieve you of your duties, if not for but a short while. We shall assist you, so many further show your love, as you always have, as you always will, as will always be.
Celine and Helios look at each other in surprise, then in joy. The two come together in a much deeper embrace than before, facing each other. As the sun and moon leave the stage, along with the stars in tow, Celine and Helios remain as curtain comes to a close, pulled shut by Aphrodite herself, who looks proudly onto her lovers. The end.
Inefficient Intimacy by Olivia Buchanan. Act 1, Scene 1. March 5th, 1223 BC, 11 p.m. The Republic of Venice, backyard.
I'm afraid our time is up, my love.
Well, I know it's never been our last goodbye. I don't want to leave anything to chance.
I envy how you always bask in the presence without fail.
Theo, my great boy, I hope to see you tomorrow and borrow your soul under the sun one day more. I love you dearly.
One of these nights, I beg you let me speak first, even though 'tis not proper. I can never begin to compare to the way of your words. Forgive my attempt. I am purposeless in a world without you.
They touch foreheads and almost kiss. The light flickers on.
Are you two almost finished?
You know your love is far from forbidden, right?
I'll let them play make-believe. Perhaps their only thing giving them thrill lately.
Hey,
We're coming.
We would like the two of you to join us for a glass of wine.
but we've already said goodnight.
Perfect. I gather things are going well between the two of you.
Pouring himself a glass of wine.
Indeed.
Are you surprised?
Don't answer that.
You are still rather young, you know.
Yes, 19 has never felt so youthful. Sneaking off to kiss my girlfriend, caught by my parents, only to be invited in to have a glass of wine all together. Please tell me you didn't call us in here to hash out the execution of my stance in my relationship.
I wish. Actually, there is something extremely important the two of you should know. There is something called a solar eclipse, and it's set to occur tomorrow evening before dusk.
Now, this term is like aliens to you guys today, or Riz for millennials. Come again?
Manners, my boy.
Sorry, Mother, I beg your pardon.
I fear I don't understand either yet. I fear I do.
The moon will cross in front of our sun, blocking us completely from the light.
And warmth?
For how long?
We don't know.
You're telling me this is the first solar eclipse in history? It actually is. The first solar eclipse ever known to mankind and human history. Hence why the playwright was so specific in the time period, location, and time of day. Give it a quick Googs post-show. What do you mean we don't know? How can we not know? Will we freeze? Starve? We can't survive without the sun for very long.
No shit.
Have you no class? Cracking jokes at the dinner table with a glass of wine in hand? Have you no faith, fear, or concern?
Please, Theobald, you must see a little bit of the humor in the situation.
Where? Has the eclipse already started? Because I feel like I am definitely in the dark.
There he is.
We don't know what happens once it hits. There is no guarantee it's fatal. No need to panic.
However, that seems most likely at this time.
So we could die tomorrow? I am not ready.
My love, none of us are. But we all die one day.
Usually not all of the human race at the same time.
You have always been rather fearful of the unknown.
And death.
Call me crazy.
We still love you anyways.
Well, phew, then I can rest easy tonight with no concerns whatsoever.
Perfect. Good night.
If I wasn't aware the end of the world is tomorrow, I'd be a lot more mad at that comment right now.
A potential end of the world.
How do you know about the eclipse, let alone what it is?
B. Mother accidentally spits out her wine as she drinks. Medina fights laughter.
I'm afraid we don't have time to get into that. You'll just have to trust us.
You're being sus, Father.
What?
Oh, sorry. Father is being sus.
I don't think he's kidding.
He's not.
Is there any way to stop it?
A brilliant question, my boy. They say that the true lover's sacrifice to the great beyond before the eclipse strikes will guarantee a survivable event with 0 fatalities, so long as the lovers' relations are eternal and honest.
What do you mean eternal?
Afraid of commitment or something?
Well, the afterlife, of course.
Relationships like that exist?
I think so. I know so.
When we married, we also agreed to lie together after death, to be buried side by side for eternity, no matter what comes next.
That's tragic.
Wonderful.
And that was awkward.
Would you like another drink?
She tries to hand Medina and Theo wine glasses.
I think we've had quite enough, thank you.
Would you excuse the two of us for a moment?
Of course. Our hours are potentially numbered, remember?
Medina and Theobald exit. Act 1, Scene 2. Theobald's childhood bedroom. 18 hours, 69 minutes, and 420 seconds until the fatal eclipse.
So it's us.
Yep. I gathered that.
I'm sorry. Beautiful?
Tragic.
Okay. We're both dramatic. What else is new? What if we aren't true and pure, and everyone dies?
How good will the I told you so feel if you see your dad again?
You know me so well. I love you so much, It's tragically beautiful.
Whoa, that was way too cheesy. I love you too.
How should we, Sorry, this feels like our first date. I don't really know how to go about this.
We could slip some poison into a nice glass of wine. I'm sure a heroic sacrifice will end up in a famous play someday.
Heavens, Medina. I mean, I don't know how to break up with you, not kill ourselves.
It's a sacrifice, Theobald. And what do you mean break up with me?
True love sacrifice. The sacrifice of our relationship. We must give each other up.
Your father's words were, true lover's sacrifice to the great beyond before the eclipse strikes will guarantee a survivable event with 0 fatalities, as long as the lovers' relations are eternal and honest.
What, did you fucking write the whole speech down?
No, I just heard the part to the great beyond. Do you not think our love is worth dying for?
Of course I do. But that's not how I define sacrifice. It would be the greatest gift of a lifetime to lay beside you when my days are done walking this earth.
So why not now?
I don't know if our love is exactly true, pure, and honest.
I do. Or at least I thought it was until now.
If we break up and the eclipse is fatal, then at least we'll know. It's like the ultimate test.
Maybe I don't know you very well.
Don't say that.
Theo, wouldn't you rather go out together and not let fate dictate our love? We define it. We know it's there. Regardless if it was chance or not, we know it's real. That's all I care.
You mean if we aren't together meaning an established, committed situationship, long-term, low-commitment, exclusive side hoe, when the eclipse hits and we survive, we'd get back together?
Yes.
But my parents and your parents and everyone, we're talking about the bane of all life as we know it.
Try not to think too much about it. We might only have roughly 18 hours. I know how I want to spend it and what I want to do.
You must be thinking about your parents, your best friend. Who do you go see? I feel like I've wasted so much time.
I'm still focused on this definition of sacrifice, if I'm being honest, and our whole love story.
They pause for a moment, and Theo walks over to her and hugs her, then holds her before breaking away by the end of his life.
Doesn't a small part of you think that the one and only true lovers who must sacrifice could also be my parents? Or literally anyone else in the world for that matter?
For the sake of time and plot, let's not read too much into it.
I don't want to break up, but I don't want to sacrifice. Why is the potential fate of mankind in our hands? I don't love either you or my parents above the other, except above myself. Therapy hasn't been invented yet, so we'll unpack that in a few thousand years. I just think that this task is beyond the both of us.
Will you marry me?
Excuse me?
Marry me, Theobald. Like your parents, we can promise each other our own eternity without the expense of sacrifice or morality.
Now, I don't know if I'm this loyal, but I said yes. Does this mean I can hold hands and watch the eclipse with my fiancé tomorrow?
Absolutely.
The two lovers hug as the lights fade. Act 1, Scene 3. 12 hours and 1 second prior to the first solar eclipse in history. How they know that? Well, we don't know.
I hate to break up the party again for the second time this evening, but have you two made a decision yet?
We have?
Wonderful. Your father will be delighted. Congratulations to you two.
We've decided we aren't going to go through with it.
Oh, Medina, I'm so sorry. He said no.
We said no. The two of you sacrificed for goodness sake. You're older and certainly look like it. And what do you mean I said no?
The sacrifice was your father's addition to the proposal.
Proposal? As in planned? This is more confusing than the eclipse itself. Please explain.
Just maybe finish your drink downstairs before I say anything more.
Actors freeze, health lights come up. For anyone with commitment issues, preference to unresolved stories, or a problematic bladder, now is your chance to make a graceful exit. Act 2, Scene 1, the kitchen. Theo rushes into the kitchen as he speaks, knocking the wine out of Tobias' hand and spilling it all over him.
Where is he? Are you drunk?
Are you? Remember who the lightweight is around here.
I'm thinking quite queerly, actually.
He takes a deep breath and looks at the audience, then back to the scene embarrassed.
Clearly.
Good save.
Cheers.
Clinks her glass against the bottle and sips.
Well, where's the ring?
Please, Theo, just take the last sip.
Why? Because it's poison?
Well played.
Oh, for goodness sake, son, the eclipse isn't real.
Theo picks up his wine glass, takes the final sip, and reveals a wedding ring inside at the bottom. He takes it out and wipes it off as he laughs and tears up.
You went through all this to propose to me?
Well, I know how much family game night means to you guys, so it was the perfect excuse.
So the eclipse is a ruse?
Oh, heavens no. Just the true lover sacrifices. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be dark for a few minutes during the day.
I've been looking for a good excuse to ask you for a while now. And it's true, the whole bit about the true lover sacrifice was his idea.
A little extreme to play with a man's morality, don't you think?
Oh, please. You love intensity and being extreme?
He's just upset that you beat him to the punch.
Hell yeah, I'm upset. You know I'm competitive.
Medina asked for our blessings yesterday, and then for help in setting up the story. Pretty good plan.
So you use this world-changing astronomical moment as a prompt?
I'd call it a distraction.
Sure.
Every night you come up with these beautiful scenarios and say the most wonderful things. I honestly got the idea from you.
I love you to the moon and back, Em. Although this whole thing could have been an email.
Well, would you like to do the honors?
You know you married the family too.
Oh, I know. Going dark.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dark.
The light by which plants grow. Aumama Al-Naib. We are in an intergalactic clinic. The sun emerges. He's here for therapy.
Is it just me, or is it hot in here?
Right on time. Well, I could open a window.
No need, of course. It's hot when I'm here. 5,500 degrees Celsius to be precise. And my core is even hotter.
Thank you for that. Now, what seems to be the problem, Mr. Sun?
Oh, it's awful. Abhorrent. Absolutely appalling. It's so terrible, I couldn't even... Oh, how could I even... It's devastating.
Okay, but what is it?
You mean you don't know?
I'm your therapist, not a psychic.
Fine. I'll tell you, but only because you insisted. It's the Earth. Everyone is so fascinated by the Earth like it's the most amazing planet. And I know that I'm a star and that nothing competes with me. Anyways, where was I? Oh yes, the Earth. Every day people go trying to learn more about it, try to dig deeper into it, try to find every species that inhabits it. Like, who needs to know there are 500 species of fly when the swatter won't even know the difference? They go with their clicks and clacks, capturing every moment and everything, but me? No one. No one glistening eye dares to stare. Whatever shall I do?
Well, sometimes in life, we think of things as problems when they aren't really. Just like someone trying to get rid of their shadow. Instead of trying to get rid of it, they need to realize that it's a part of life and not a problem.
But I'm the cause of shadows. How is this not a problem? How can you utter such treacherous words? Dare I say you don't even think of me as a star I am?
I know you're a star, all right, but it's not like you can just make the Earth go poof. Attention-seeking's not really a good thing, you know.
Attention-seeking? Oh, you're a genius. Oh, yes. This is going to be good. Meet me at midnight, 2 light years north of Pluto.
The sun rolls off, leaving the therapist with no choice but to follow suit. Soon after, we meet Luna, who emerges in a trench coat.
Luna, my love. Oh, how I've missed.
Shh! You'll blow my cover. Now, do you have my lunar rocks or not?
Of course I do. And as soon as the job is done, I'll give them to you.
You better not be messing with me again, or I'll show you my dark side. No, literally, I have a dark side. In fact, no one on Earth has seen it because I rotate at the rate.
No more scientific asides. You've always been so stuck up on details.
Stuck up on details? Me? Says you. You've never even tried to understand me. You don't understand how important this is to me. I'm hideous. Without those lunar rocks, my face will be scarred with craters forever. Now, what are we waiting for?
My thermostat, of course.
Do you mean therapist? I mean, you really needed one. So I'm glad you finally.
Yeah, whatever. Therapist. Haha. And the second question?
Why would you invite your therapist?
Well, we can't throw a kicker at spot party with only 2 celestial bodies, can we?
Party? Since when did this plan involve throwing a party? Oh, I get it. You're just messing with me again. I'm leaving.
Luna, wait.
Sorry, I'm late. NASA made another one of those unit conversion errors and spaceship went way off course. What was the matter exactly, Mr. Sun? Why did you want me to come all this way?
Yes, nice of you to finally show up. Let me introduce you to my wife, Luna. Luna, thermal energy. Theranos, Luna.
Nice to meet you. Now, I don't know how you're surviving with this guy, but believe me, you won't last long. Now, if you'll excuse me, the tides are calling.
Wait, Luna, just give me one more chance. I have them. Every last one of the lunar rocks. I promise.
Fine. One more chance.
I'm glad it seems as though the two of you have made up, but I'm still unclear as to why I'm here.
Oh, right. Let me explain. I reflected deeply on what you told me the other day. So deeply, the words went right to my heart. The very core of my being shook as the words pierced at it, and...
He's just jealous of the Earth and wants to attract all attention to himself. With my help.
Hey, I was getting to the good part, but... Yes, that summarizes it quite nicely.
And how do you plan to do that?
With this expertly crafted set of...
He made a bunch of calculations and determined the position I have to be at to cover his rays of sunlight.
And why would you do that?
Because people wish for what they do not have. Like a veil, the moon shall cover my beauty and turn day to night, but only briefly. I would not want the humans to grieve for too long without my company. I couldn't bear it. The scene will only last for some time before I shine before them again. Tears of joy will pour forth, children will yell and squeal in joy, cameras will snap, and...
We get it. We get it.
Would you stop interrupting? But yes, we have scheduled it to happen at this time next week. Now, don't you think that's a wonderful idea, dear Paradis?
First, it's therapist. Second, no, I think that's an awful idea. All you're going to do is scare them. You shouldn't let your bad feelings and wants translate into action. What you need to do is put an end to this right away.
Wow, you're good. Tomorrow it is.
Wait, tomorrow? What do you mean exactly?
The veil. Tomorrow the people shall experience what they've never experienced before. Oh dear psychotherapist, what a great idea to put an end to this right away. Come, Luna, we must hurry.
Let go. I never agreed to do this early.
This is counterproductive towards any progress. But somehow, I can't wait to see how it turns out.
As the sun and Luna run away, the lights fade. The therapist chases after them. They run on and the lights come back. There's a couch on the stage left where Earth sits. The scientists are prodding at her.
Okay, Luna, today is the day.
What are we even doing?
Were you not listening the first time I told you back on May 3rd, 1375 BC, or even March 5th, 1223 BC, with the latter half being favored by scientists? When he gets to this X position in his orbit, all you have to do is stand there. I will be all the way here. After that, balance shall be restored at last.
And I get my lunar rocks. Don't forget that.
Of course. I wouldn't forget that. Could never. Can't even imagine.
Shh. Move it. I can hear her coming.
Lights up on the Earth, who is texting on her iPhone. The scientists observe her.
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
Would you stop bugging me already?
Bug? You mean the insect? Arachnid, perhaps?
No, I mean you.
I think she's quite the hothead, if you ask me.
Haha, yeah, you really got me this time, huh? It's called global warming. Yeah, you've been talking about it for years. When are people going to stop bugging me so much?
After the apocalypse?
Places, Luna, it's time.
Totality.
What's happening?
We must find the reason for this.
The scientists take notes. They're in awe. But the Earth? The Earth is confused.
Yes. Oh, yes, it's working. Oh, the tears. Oh, the joy. Oh, yes, Luna. This is quite enough. Come, let us relieve them of their distress.
Ding!
Okay, does someone want to explain what in the world just happened?
Yes, it seems something extraordinary has happened today.
Something the bird has never seen before.
We call it a shadow manna.
Actually, we call it the total solar eclipse.
What does that even mean?
Well, it's quite simple, really. The moon just went in front of the sun and then moved away. End of the story.
Now that is done with, time to get back to business.
Oh, Art, do you have any new species of bugs for us to look at?
The scientists chase the Earth away.
Stop chasing me.
The sun chases after them, but he soon stops after he reaches them.
Wait, what about me?
I'm really sorry.
All this time, all I wanted was one thing: to be loved, to be accepted. What matter?
Luna smacked the sun to knock him out of his rut.
Ow! What did you do that for?
You might be the sun, but you need to wake up. What do you mean you don't matter? You're the sun. If you don't matter, I don't know who does. You are the only star. That matters enough to help all of us matter.
You're right. I am the star. I am the sun.
Yep. And what a sun you are.
I must embrace my own worth, for worth is not owned by any other than me. No. I must own my worth and treat others with the worth they deserve. I'm so sorry, Luna. You mean the universe to me.
I forgive you.
And about the lunar...
You never had the lunar rocks and never will. They're long gone, and I don't even care the slightest, as long as I get to spend the rest of time with you.
And I guess I don't need the Earth's attention as long as I have you.
They embrace one another and run off. The therapist appears.
Ah, yes. Now, wasn't that a pleasant little story? But before you all leave here tonight, I want you to remember that just like the Earth has its people, the sun has its moon. They're to guide, to love, to care. Remember, you are all capable of and must define your self-worth by what you can do to fully realize the kind of dreams that can make true, especially when you're working on a team. All of that aside, I must also confess that I am indeed not a psychotherapist. I'm a marriage counselor. And woo, let me tell you, this isn't the first time the sun and the moon have had a fight, and it certainly won't be the last. But hey, that just means more eclipses for you and more paychecks for me, am I right? Oh, that reminds me. Oh, Mr. Sun, I think you forgot something.
The end.
"7 Minutes in Heaven" by Sophie Buchowsky. The scene opens in Rakesh's bedroom. He removes himself from on top of Roxana and flops over to the other side of the bed that the two are sharing.
Is that good for you?
Totally.
I mean, you were insane. I thought I knew my way around this sort of stuff, and I swear, I'm not just saying this. You had me doing things tonight that I hadn't even considered trying before.
You don't say.
And I liked it. How'd you do that thing with your foot?
She sits up in bed and begins pulling on underwear underneath the covers.
Let's just say I have a lot of practice.
Roxana leaves the bed and puts on the rest of her clothes while Rakesh speaks.
You're so mysterious. I can't read you at all. I really want to find out what makes you tick. Normally when I hook up with a girl, or sorry, a woman, they just seem so one note. But you're different. You've got this depth.
You don't think women have depth?
No, obviously that's not what I said. I just mean that most of the women who come over are less...
Most of the women you're choosing to sleep with lack depth.
Yes, no, I mean, I don't know. Stop doing that.
Stop doing what?
putting words in my mouth before I can fully form my thoughts. I just wanted to say something nice.
By comparing me to the other woman you're sleeping with and insulting them at that. Oh, I'm touched.
You're right. I'm sorry. I think it's admirable that you aren't afraid to stick up for yourself. Not enough people are like that.
Thanks.
Fully clothed, she heads for the door.
Where are you going?
I'm leaving.
Why? We just finished.
Oh, exactly.
Don't go. I still have things I really want to ask you.
Once again, exactly.
Please don't go. Really, I don't like it when people just up and leave. Makes me feel gross, like my skin is covered in slime and there's a hole in my stomach and my throat is on fire. I don't know how to explain it.
Look, I thought I was pretty clear. I'm only looking for something casual right now, so I can't do this.
I'm not either, but we can be casual in the same room together, right?
She doesn't answer.
If you stay for a bit, I'll give you money for a cab. It's late.
Fine. So,
So?
you said you had things to ask me.
Oh, yes, okay. You know, I hate to be that guy, but can you remind me of your name?
Roxy.
Like a stripper?
Oh my god.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My mouth moves faster than my brain sometimes. Oftentimes, I didn't mean anything by it. Strippers are very beautiful and talented, and you... Okay, no, I'm sorry.
You apologize too much.
I've been told.
Like Roxana.
What?
Roxy, like Roxana?
Oh, yeah. Rakesh.
I know.
Right. You said you have a lot of practice with this stuff?
You have a talent for asking women incriminating questions.
How is that incriminating? I'm just curious.
Because if I tell you that, yes, I do this all the time, then you're thinking I'm easy and I don't have standards or I don't respect myself, which I resent because women can have autonomy like
Now
sex
you're making
and...
assumptions.
What?
I'm just asking for more details about information you offered freely. Now you're making assumptions about how I'm going to react to those details. I don't want to upset you, really.
Well, forgive me if all the guys I've slept with expect porn star performance with the numbers of a nun.
The guys you're choosing to sleep with care about that shit. Yeah, sounds familiar.
It's different.
I don't see how.
Roxana gets up to leave again. Mint.
Can I get you anything?
I'm all right.
Are you sure? I was thinking of grabbing some water. I'm dying right now. You want water?
Thanks, but I'm fine.
I'll get you water.
Rakesh walks off stage. Roxana immediately gathers her things, about to leave. She hesitates at the door, then begins hurriedly investigating the room. Rakesh re-enters with 2 glasses of water as she is going through his wardrobe. He sets the glasses down, walks over, and closes the wardrobe. They are in close proximity.
What are you doing?
Nothing, really.
Why were you going through my things? That's weird.
I was looking for a sweater. I'm cold.
Bullshit.
Excuse me?
I know you're not stupid. If you were, you'd be sifting through my wardrobe looking for a sweater. But you're not, so if you were looking for a sweater, you would see that they're all hanging on that rack. But more than not being stupid, you've got a fuck ton of pride. And please, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you'd be caught dead in one of my sweaters. So just let me know what you were trying to get your hands on so I can point it out to you and send you on your way.
Look, I don't know who you think you are, but you don't know me. And what about you? Clearly you've got some baggage you've glossed over with your slimy skin and hairy throat.
Throw it on fire.
Oh my god, whatever. All you do is ask these stupid questions.
All you do is dodge them.
Ask me something real then.
Okay. Yeah, okay, sure. You said you have standards? What's your standard for me?
What?
Why did you come over tonight? Why me? Okay, look, here. Come and sit with me, and we'll both face the wall. I just want you to talk to me.
Roxana pauses where she stands, then moves to the bed.
What about me made you want to come over?
You just seemed so kind. Everyone around you was smiling and laughing. You would start talking to strangers and they'd practically fall in love with you. You were impossible to ignore.
You didn't smile when I approached you.
You spilled beer all over me.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that, by the way.
As he apologizes, he turns around to face her. She still faces the wall, tensing as she feels his back separate from hers. He returns to his position against her back.
It's fine. Beer under the bridge. So, why did you want to bring me home?
You were the only girl who I couldn't get a laugh out of, but not like in a buzzkill kind of way. You just seem so cool. Way too cool for me.
Oh, yeah, it's totally cool to be at the bar alone getting beer spilled all over you. The coolest.
But you are cool. That's why I needed to make you smile.
Do you find yourself seeking validation often?
Wow.
I guess that was a bit assuming.
Oh, yeah, I mean, maybe, but honestly, I never really considered it. Maybe I do. I'm just so afraid of upsetting the people around me.
Where do you think that comes from?
Does it have to come from somewhere? So what were you looking for when I came in the room just now?
I wanted to ask, but I didn't know how you'd react.
Just tell me.
I didn't know if you'd be honest with me.
I will.
Yeah, everyone says that. I can never tell who really means it.
Are people usually dishonest with you?
It seems that way.
Who?
Anyone I've ever cared about.
You're exaggerating.
No, I'm not. My parents, my friends, anyone I've ever dated, they've all managed to let me down. I don't know if there's something wrong with me.
What could be wrong with you?
I don't know. Am I picking the wrong people? Telling them the wrong things? I'm tired of guessing how long it will take for someone to realize I'm not worth the effort. So I stopped guessing.
I can't convince you to trust me, but I wouldn't have slept with you if I didn't trust you at least a little. Trust keeps you safe. So if that's how you feel, maybe you should go. Sorry for keeping you here.
You weren't keeping me here.
And why'd you stay?
Earlier when I was looking around, I was trying to figure out if you had a girlfriend or somebody.
You didn't ask me.
Again, I didn't know if you'd be honest with me.
Have you been with guys who've had girlfriends before?
Yes.
Huh. Did you know? Oh, okay.
I'm not a bad person.
All right.
I'm not.
Maybe you want to keep feeling bad for yourself. Making yourself the bad guy is the easiest way to do that. I bet it feels safe, familiar, but I don't think you're a bad person.
She turns to look at him, but he stays facing the wall. She returns to her position.
Maybe.
Can I ask you one more thing?
Sure.
Did you like the sex?
Yes.
What'd you like about it?
That feels weird.
I promise I won't laugh or judge you or anything. I just want to know.
I liked it when I got to blow you.
No, but I want to know what was good for you, what made you feel good.
That is so much worse.
Thanks for sparing my feelings.
No, I mean, okay. I liked it when you ran your fingers through my hair and pulled it just a little.
I liked it when you kissed my ear. It was like I was covered in pop rocks, like in a good way.
I liked it when you kissed me from my neck down to my stomach and looked up at me and then said,
You look so beautiful.
The two sit, enjoying each other for a moment. Roxana checks the time.
Rakesh, it's gotten really late. I think I need to go.
But I thought,
I really appreciate what you've done for me here. I was more vulnerable tonight than I've been for a while. Even saying this to you now is something I never thought I'd do at a one-night stand. But I mean what I said. I can't do this right now. You've given me a lot more to discover about myself.
can I at least get your phone number?
I don't think so.
So I might never see you again.
Maybe not. But I think we both need to realize that maybe that's okay.
Let me give you money for a cab.
I think I want to walk. Thank you, though, for everything.
Roxana exits. The end.
Number 1, Eclipse Party Anthem by William. It is an early spring morning in London, UK. It is the day of a total solar eclipse. Walking along an empty back street are two young men. One is carrying a bag of alcohol.
What the fuck is an eclipse party?
Alex holds up the invite for Jimmy.
You are invited to the big eclipse party. Bring all your friends as long as they are cool. Bring drinks, bring snacks, bring yourself if you want. Lots of fun and great music guaranteed. Also, Eclipse at some point probably. Wow, they are not hiding their true intentions at all. How many people going even know what an eclipse is?
I don't think many people care, mate. The only people I know who care about the moon and eclipses and the deep meaning of the cosmos are all those astrology girls that listen to Lana Del Rey and will dump a guy for being a Taurus.
Aren't you a Taurus?
Hell no! We've been friends for how many years? And you think I'm a Taurus? I am a Leo.
Well, I apologize. I did not realize I was in the midst of the fucking king of the jungle.
You are hereby royally pardoned.
This eclipse is going to be something else, though. Can you tell I'm excited?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think if I try to talk to people about the eclipse and its effect on culture through history and mythology, that it would be like a good conversation starter?
No, not at all.
Fine. I'm still going to enjoy it today, though, regardless of all the drunk people.
What? Aren't you going to be one of those drunk people?
Most likely, yes. Aren't you?
Husk of that. Anyway, this is our moment. This is our time to party and have fun.
They reach the door of the party. The two linger for a second at the door. Then Jimmy turns to Alex, a more serious expression on his face.
Before all the party and stuff get properly going, can I tell you something?
Sure. What is it?
I don't really know how to say this. I don't want to bring down the vibes right before the party. I'm leaving London. I'm going to be gone for a while. It's hard to explain. No, I'm sorry. This was a bad time to bring this up.
The door opened suddenly and stood there is Amelia, wearing a very casual outfit that still somehow exudes wealth.
Oh, so nice of Harry and Ron to show up. Any sign of Hermione?
What?
Hermione? Celine.
The two friends follow Amelia through the door. They look completely unprepared for the rest of the party.
Enjoy yourselves, boys. Not too much, though.
Wait, Amelia, are you telling me Celine is here, like, right now?
Well, I don't know about right now. She could be here or she could be getting here in a bit. You should know how Celine is. This is exactly like her.
That is true.
Sorry, can we just stop talking about Celine for a second? You just told me you were leaving, and now you don't want to address it at all?
I just don't think this is the best place for it right now. It's a pretty serious thing, so it'd probably take a lot of time to discuss.
Then why tell me now? This is the kind of thing you'd tell someone during a peaceful, relaxing day when both people have plenty of time to process the information and have a reasonable conversation about it. Not at the door of a fucking party.
Amelia looks around and returns his butt at Brian before carefully yet gracefully walking away.
Because this is the last time I'll see you for a while. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna go get a drink.
Oh, come on. Don't be like that.
Jimmy walks away, leaving Alex alone at the entrance of the party. After a while of aimless wandering around the party, Alex spots Celine and walks in.
Hey, Celine.
Alex, it's good to see you. Wait, weren't you supposed to be coming with Jimmy?
Yeah, I did come with him, but right before we got to the party, he told me he was leaving London. Didn't say for how long or to where, just acted all embarrassed, and then, when I questioned him about it, he acted all flustered and went off.
What? Really? That's crazy.
I know! I've been looking around for him ever since we arrived, but I can't find him anywhere.
I'll help you look for him. I really wanted to talk to him tonight.
About you and him?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, by the way.
it's okay. It's all still pretty fresh, but I think I'm ready to talk to him about it. I think we both deserve the closure.
All right, then. Let's go find...
Suddenly, Amelia appears next to Celine.
Oh, hey guys! Sorry for interrupting, but can I steal Celine for a minute? I just got chatting to this guy, and I think you should totally come meet him. He seems like absolutely your vibes.
I mean...
Amelia pulls Celine away to another corner of the party.
I'll keep an eye out for Jimmy. Keep looking and let me know if you find him.
Will do. All right. Where are you, Jimmy?
Meanwhile, in another room of the party, Jimmy is holding a drink and wandering around, disoriented, aimlessly through the first floor of the house. Suddenly, a bathroom door opens, and Jimmy bumps into a tall, well-built man who exits the bathroom. He turns around and laughs loudly. This is Finn. Finn is clearly drunk.
Whoa, say Jimmy, So good to see you, mate. How are you? Enjoying the party?
Hey, Finn. All good here. How you doing?
Oh, mate, I am feeling absolutely fucking gassed. Oh, I was at a party last night, and Marcus invited me to this one that's happening right now. You better believe that I have not stopped drinking. Oh, listen, Jim, I haven't slept in like 22 hours. I feel like my blood is basically alcohol at this point, but I am literally having the best time of my life. When Marcus told me there would be a party in the morning, I was all like, what? No way. And you know what he said? He said there would be a party in the morning. Mate, mind blown. Amelia sure does know how to throw a party. Who knew you could throw such a big party for the moon?
Oh, you know about the eclipse?
Yeah, it's something to do with the moon, right? Well, I'll be completely honest. I just thought this was a party celebrating the moon's birthday. Right. Do you think there'll be a moon cake?
Maybe. Maybe there'll be a moon cake for you.
Oh, I hope so. Cheesecake, how about that? That'd be some good fucking food.
Shit.
What, are they bringing out the cake? Do we sing happy birthday yet?
No, it's Celine.
Oh, shit, your ex?
Yeah, she's just over there chatting to Amelia.
Hey, I know Amelia. Amelia! Hey, Amelia! It's me, Finn, look, I made it!
Amelia and Celine look over immediately. Amelia smiles and beckons Finn and Jimmy over.
Yo, Amelia, the woman of the hour, how have you been?
Finn, I saw you like literally an hour ago.
Oh, shit, yeah. Anyway, I was just telling Jim here all about the moon.
Oh yeah? You were telling him?
Yeah, isn't it crazy how, like, the moon is bigger than the Earth?
I don't know if that's true.
It is, though, because think about it. The moon is, like, so small in the sky, but it's far away and bigger up close. And I watched this TikTok my friend sent me where some guy talked about how the moon, how, like, 80% of the moon is unexplored.
That's the ocean.
What?
80% of the ocean is unexplored, not the moon.
Oh, really? Oh, guys, that's crazy. The ocean is, like, basically like outer space then, but beneath us. I'm never going swimming again. Have you guys seen Jaws? Like, oh, it's terrible.
Anyway, how's life down here on Earth, Jimmy?
Oh, it's going fine, I guess. Not too much to say, really.
Are you working right now?
No, not really. Just doing my own thing at the moment.
What does that mean?
You're being very interrogative, Amelia.
I'm just asking questions. Is that so wrong?
Amelia then notices Finn out of the corner of her eye trying to reenact the climax of Jaws on the other side of the room, using a table and a random party.
No! Finn, put that boy down!
Jimmy, you seem nervous. You okay?
I've had a very overwhelming night so far.
You want to go outside and chat for a bit? Talk about things?
I think I'd like to chat for a bit.
Celine and Jimmy both leave the party and head outside Amelia's house. Daylight has emerged fully now, and both squint at the harsh change between the party and the cold London morning. They sit down on one of the steps leading up to the house and look out over Regent's Park.
It isn't long until the eclipse, is it?
No, not long at all.
You seem to care a lot about this eclipse, huh?
I guess so.
Why?
Well, I mean, it's a once-in-a-lifetime event. For like 3 minutes, there's going to be a point where the moon is completely blocking out the sun. It's going to look incredible.
That's true. Sucks that it only lasts 3 minutes, though.
Yeah, but that's the science of it. Everything in the universe is moving at incredible speeds, and time waits for no one. The eclipse is just a temporary position, and then the moon will move away, and everything will be back to normal. It's beautiful, but it ends.
I heard you're leaving.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm leaving because I hate it here. Or maybe I hate myself. Sorry, my thoughts are a mess, but either way, I'm leaving to figure things out.
What kind of things?
Like what I want to do with my life, find some kind of purpose. I know it's cliche, but I feel so small here, so insignificant. Everyone here seems to be so sure of what they want out of life, and I'm just here, along for the ride and not knowing what to do with myself. Do you remember when we went to the British Museum on our second date. There was that exhibition all about Shintoism, Japanese religion and mythology. I loved it so much, and getting to spend it with you too. I'll remember how wonderful that day was forever. But there was one item at this exhibition, this real old piece of art from the 1890s that had this beautiful painting of the moon with a guy floating solemnly next to it with a real sad expression on his face. I later found out that this was the Shinto god of the moon, Tsukuyomi, a god who was very separate from the others and just kept to himself. I remember learning that and just thinking about how lonely that must be. I felt like I could relate to him, and maybe I'm just projecting my feelings onto an ancient Shinto deity, but I think that's why I'm excited for this eclipse. This is Tsukuyomi's moment, the time when everyone looks up and acknowledges that the moon is in front and center. For that brief time, he isn't lonely. Sorry, I'm rambling again.
And what about me? Why didn't you tell me this when we broke up? You were so vague about it back then.
Because I felt awful about it. It felt embarrassing to say that I was unhappy. It felt like I didn't deserve you. So I didn't know what else to do except, break up.
Jimmy.
I've been trying to get better, doing more simple tasks for myself and going to therapy, and I think I am improving, which is great, but I think I still want to leave for a while.
I understand.
At this point, the door quietly opens, and Alex is standing there, not drawing the notice of Jimmy and Celine. He is holding 3 sets of Eclipse glasses.
You need to tell Alex, though. Why haven't you told him?
Because that was the only part of me that didn't want to go. Hanging out and spending time with Alex was the only thing I knew I was going to miss, and I didn't want to upset anyone. I'm not even ready to reconcile that ending, to confront the reality of leaving my best friend behind.
If he's such a great friend, then he'll understand.
Maybe you're right.
Alex intentionally opens the door again, louder this time. Jimmy and Celine turn to see him standing there.
Hey, sorry to interrupt. I just bought these because the eclipse is happening soon, right?
Yeah, it is. Thanks for remembering. Listen, do you want to talk about, everything?
Sure, man. But first, I do need to say something too. I'm so sorry about how I reacted back when we first got here. I was just surprised and caught off guard. I wasn't really angry. I was upset.
The news on you there and then. It was a terrible time to do so. That's my fault.
Yeah, it really was. You probably couldn't have picked a worse time.
I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm leaving to go traveling. I need this for myself to figure out what I want to make of my life. I'll be gone for a while, and I'm not totally sure when I'm coming back, but I just hope you understand.
Listen, man. It sounds to me like you need to leave. I'm not saying that in a mean way because I love you, and I know you know that. You need to prioritize yourself, and if it is no use just hanging around here all the time, then I say go. Find out who you want to be, and then go do it. Think about it. We have known each other for a long, long time, and I'm confident that we will know each other for an even longer time. It's like this eclipse. Sure, it's going to be a while until the next eclipse like this happens, but it will happen again. Just like I know that we will be back together. You and me, best friends.
Thanks.
Alex and Jimmy hug tightly. Then they both sit down on the steps next to Celine.
Enough of this departure despair. Tomorrow is one whole cosmic event away, and then some. Let's make the most of it and watch this eclipse, and then the proper drinking can commence. How does that sound?
Sounds perfect. Celine, do you want to watch the eclipse with us?
I would love to. I don't think any of the others are that interested.
Okay, guys, who wants a cake? I'm gonna go out and buy a cheesecake.
I told you so.
All right, maybe this was just an excuse to get drunk after all.
Well. If you're skilled like me, then you're able to multitask. I can get drunk and also look at the moon at the same time.
You're truly incredible.
The sky begins to darken as the eclipse enters its first stages. The 3 friends stare up at the sky as the party continues to power on inside. There's a sweet melancholic serenity to the scene as shadows begin to grow.
This is our moment, Tsukuyomi. This is our time.